Facebook at Sis Izzy Thomas. See you there.
Sister Izzy, Sister Izzy, she's on the air. She's heard everywhere, naturally, internationally, globally. She's on the beat. She's on the beat. She's on the beat. Sister Izzy on the beat. She's on the beat.
You're locked in listening to Sister Izzy on the Beat, man. Join me each and every Tuesday, 1 o'clock p.m. Caribbean time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock UK and Nigeria, via YouTube and Facebook at Sis Izzy Thomas. See you there.
Reports coming in a little quicker. We've noticed some flooding, and yes, things are going to be getting worse from here on out, deteriorating through the afternoon, and then likely the worst of the weather late tonight through the overnight hours. So here comes Nicole approaching the Abacos in the Bahamas, then it's going to move over Freeport and eventually pushing towards our area. So here's the very latest for you, moving to the west at 12. Max winds now at 70 miles per hour, and this is the latest update for you. So it is expected to strengthen to a Cat 1 hurricane by 7 o'clock tonight over the Freeport area in the west end of the Bahamas. Then it's going to be moving towards our coastline. Right now, the cone takes it from basically Indian River County to just south of West Palm Beach. So most of our viewing area is in the cone, the only exception South County. But as Steve was just talking about, Boca, you're going to get a lot of impacts too. All right, so this is late tonight, early Thursday morning. Notice how quickly this thing races out of here, which is good news. You don't want a slow moving storm. That means more rain. That means more time for the wind to be battering your house and battering our cars and whatnot. So it's going to be a quick mover, but yes, things are going to be deteriorating from here on out. Look at these spaghetti models. We're seeing great agreement, great clustering. Now, you know, there's still a good, 60 to 80 miles between the spaghetti models, but none of the models are taking it anywhere to South County, and the majority just have it pretty much right over there over Martin County. However, as we talk about, sometimes the worst weather is in the northern quadrant, northeastern quadrant, so that can also impact who sees the worst of it. Tropical storm force wind probabilities, these are going up 100%. Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie, 95%. Stewart and Okeechobee, 74% for West Palm and Boca Raton. I want to show you the storm wind field. So here it comes. Here's where the hurricane force winds are, so you can see it doesn't extend out too far, but that is going to be a serious situation when that does make landfall. Here's the tropical storm force winds as well. So that's the wind projection, the wind field, and I want to leave you with this. We are still under the threat of severe weather, marginal for Martin and northern Palm Beach County, a slight risk for portions of St. Lucie County and Indian River County, and the biggest thing we're watching for is isolated tornadoes. Now let's send things over to First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva.
Well, Kate, here's some of the storm reports over the last couple of hours. We've had seen reports of some flooding, also some strong winds. So we'll begin into the Treasure Coast, where we had a storm report of a wind gust of 40 miles an hour. This was in St. Lucie near the power plant. So again, a 40-mile-per-hour wind gust there. Also getting reports of a storm surge that has breached the seawall along Indian River Drive. So keep that in mind. We're seeing all of the ocean, the waves battering the coast, and they're breaching the dunes. So we are getting reports of some flooding at the Barrier Islands. Now, a little bit farther south around Stewart Beach, let's see, near the House of Refuge, we've had a wind gust there of 58 miles per hour. That was coming down from the northeast. So that's a very strong wind gust. Again, that was at the House of Refuge. Down into Jupiter, that's where we had a wind gust of 49 miles an hour. The site is actually 20 feet above sea level. So it's a little bit higher, but nonetheless, we had a wind gust there of 49 miles an hour. And into Palm Beach County, where we were getting reports of tidal flooding. This is ongoing, and this is over near the Keemline House. We had a video of that earlier and pictures showing the flooding that we're seeing there. So here's the timeline. As we head into the next several hours, we'll have some heavy rain squalls coming on through. Between 6 p.m. and midnight, we'll have tropical storm conditions. That'll be the story from midnight to 6 a.m. And then from 6 a.m. to noon, we slowly start to improve. At that point in time, the center of the storm system will be racing across the peninsula up towards the Panhandle. And as it gets farther away from us, the winds for us do start to diminish.
If you haven't done it yet, download our WPTV app. You can track the tropics and the local forecast along with our First Alert meteorologist team. Use the QR code on your screen right there to get the latest updates. That app will really come in handy as the day goes on.
A busy week just yesterday was Election Tuesday, and on the heels of his election night win, Governor DeSantis delivering an update on Tropical Storm Nicole from the EOC in Tallahassee. Here's what he had to say earlier today.
For those under evacuation orders, remember, you don't need to go hundreds of miles away. Instead, you can go tens of miles inland, stay within the state and still be safe. Floridians in the path of the storm should expect, to see power outages when you're having these gusty conditions. There'll be debris that will affect power lines and the transmission lines. And so just be prepared for that. These folks are staged, and they will obviously proceed to do a restoration as rapidly as possible.
Seems like we were just hearing the same instructions during Hurricane Ian. The governor, though, urging all of us to continue to monitor the storm's movement and pay attention as the hours progress.
Well, President Biden has approved Florida's emergency declaration ahead of Nicole. It frees up federal assistance to supplement state, also local storm response efforts. The president made that announcement around 1 o'clock this morning.
This morning at 7 o'clock, a mandatory evacuation order was activated for people in Palm Beach County who live in zones A and B.
And this includes those in mobile homes, low-lying areas, also barrier islands. That tropical storm nearing Florida. We talked to Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. He says if you do not leave, your safety is in your own hands.
That doesn't mean we're going to come there and drag you out of your house. It's on you. If you don't leave, then it's your responsibility to take care of yourself there, not us. I know what happened on the West Coast. People didn't take it serious. People need to take this serious and don't become part of the problem.
The sheriff says PBSO is operating on 2 shifts, Alpha and Beta. Also, the public really shouldn't overwhelm the 911 dispatch center with non-emergencies.
Don't call 911 for every little issue that's going on, like your lights are out or you got problems on the street. This is for criminal activity or your personal safety.
Palm Beach County operating 15 shelters. They are open right now. One is a pet-friendly shelter. There's also one for people with special needs. Now, shelters are not only open in Palm Beach County, but also St. Lucie, Martin, and Indian River counties. Here's a list of a few of those locations in each of our areas. Shelters have their own opening time, so you want to be sure to read up on that. And for a full list of locations, also some of the accommodations that are being offered, you can visit our website, WPTV.com.
You at home have been sending out pictures and videos. We also have our crews monitoring the conditions as they continue to deteriorate on the Treasure Coast. The storm surge leaving St. Lucie County officials and residents needing to heed their voluntary evacuation orders.
Let's go out live to Jetty Park. That's where we find WPTV News Channel 5 reporter Joel Lopez. Joel, certainly getting choppy out there.
That's right. Yeah, there's really no rain right now, but the wind is really what we're feeling out here. It's definitely gusting. And if you look behind me, you can tell just how much the tide is coming in. The water is definitely really choppy. You can see the buoys bouncing around. Now, keep in mind that once wind speeds hit 45 miles an hour, bridges will be closed both north and southbound for Hutchinson Island. And as our meteorologists have mentioned, Nicole was already hitting speeds of 70 miles per hour. So St. Lucie County emergency officials are asking everyone to stay home and stay put to allow first responder to respond to calls. Now, we've seen everything from kite surfers to fishermen, as of course, families are also out here to experience the winds firsthand.
But hey, like they say, the storm is coming in late, so we take precautions, make sure we come out and stay safe. But yeah, Mother Nature, when it takes over like this, you like to see what Mother Nature does. Show your kids not to mess with Mother Nature.
Again, law enforcement is asking people to stay indoors, and there is that voluntary evacuation in order right now. So if you need help getting to a general population shelter, we have that number for you on your screen. That's 772-460-HELP, 772-460-4357. For now, reporting live in Fort Pierce, Joel Lopez, WPTV, News Channel 5.
All right, Joel, a lot of people out there as that wind starts to whip up. Important to be safe. We also have our own Danielle C. tweeting out this video. You see the waves. They are already washed out the foundation of this soon-to-be house. This is the area on the south end of Hutchinson Island. Several homes there are being impacted by that storm surge. In Vero Beach, Nicole's already causing a lot of damage to the police department. Tweeting out these pictures showing erosion at the J.C. Park Boardwalk on Ocean Drive and Conway. We also are hearing of storm surges intensifying on the Treasure Coast, seeing it as well. This video sent in by a WPTV First Alert weather spotter. That's AJ Gabrielle. You can see very strong waves making their way onto shore. The beach completely covered in water and the storm surge rushing in, hitting against the seawall out there.
Let's hear some more video. So these are some pretty images. Just stay with us for just a bit here. This is actually the result. You can imagine high tides, strong rip currents along the intracoastal. Earlier, that's the sailboat. It actually drifted into that area. It was someplace else, came to this spot, slammed into the seawall. A boat captain who lives nearby says the boat had been anchored further down. He watched it come close to him. A lot of folks out there busy yesterday, early this morning as well. They decided to take their boat out of the water and raise it. Boaters have also been leaving their boats on the dock and double lining it, or at least double anchoring it.
There's a lot of tension on the anchor line. If the winds pick up higher, that anchor line is probably going to snap, and that boat is going to continue down into probably the yacht club.
Can only hope that whoever owns that boat knows it's missing by now. They'll recognize it, they'll see it's missing and try to secure it before it drifts even more, maybe into some other boats. That is.
Welcome, greetings everyone. So I'm just here giving a little update on Hurricane Nicole. We have a lot of wind here now. It's actually heading our direction, but we're gonna get like wind and rain. So for those that are in the path of the storm, just hunker down, get your preparations in order and stay safe. That's all we can do is stay safe at this point in time. And for those that are in the evacuation zone, better take heed and be obedient and leave like they said, because they're not going to come and save you. You're on your own. You heard what they said, you're on your own. So if you don't take heed and leave, hey, you're just on your own. Be obedient. So welcome everyone. The legend, bless up yourself. DJ Giovanni, bless up yourself. My bro Regis, bless up yourself. Sister Melissa Hare, bless up yourself. My mom Evangelist Mavina Thomas, bless up yourself. All those silent listeners, bless up yourself. Those that are peeping in, passing by, bless up yourself every time. So I'm not going to be here long. So I'll be here maybe 30 minutes, give or take. 30 minutes to an hour, no more than an hour, but maybe 30 minutes. I'm just giving a little update. So I'll be here maybe 30 minutes. I'll be off and on to give updates on this storm here. So they're on a little break right now. So in the meantime, I'll just chit chat. How's everyone doing? How's everybody feeling? I'm sure there are other updates I can probably swing on over to as well. So how's everybody feeling today? How are you doing, the legend? What's going on? I see you doing some phenomenal artwork over there. Keep up the good job. You're doing very good. Don't let anyone deter you from doing what it is that you're passionate about, because you're doing a phenomenal job over there. So bless up yourself. So yes, in the meantime, while the commercial break is on, I will be on later this evening. I have two back to back. The first one will not be very long. It's only a video premiere. So that video premiere will be with my brother here, Theodore Chestnut, and his music video premiere will take place at 7 o'clock p.m. this evening. That's Eastern Standard Time, Jamaica time. That's 12 a.m. UK, 1 a.m. South Africa, 2 a.m. Kenya and Uganda for those that are up late. So if you're up late and you just want to come on in, check out this video premiere, you're free to come in. And then following that at 8 p.m., I have the Ziegler family that will be joining me. And they are actually in the same town I am, not far from my town, actually the next town over, I should say. They will be on 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jamaica time, 1 a.m. UK, Nigeria, 2 a.m. South Africa, and 3 a.m. Kenya for those that will be up late. And that's 6 o'clock p.m. Belize. So if you're up and about and you would like to come on and show this family here some love, kindly come back this evening, as I have two back to back. And I'm looking forward to this group here because they are phenomenal. If you haven't heard of the Ziegler family yet, you want to come on in this evening. Trust me, they are phenomenal. They are a one-band family. They do it all. They play the music and they sing. They do it all. So I'm anticipating that. And then also on Friday, don't forget that my mom will be here wherever you listen to me from, except my regular Facebook page. I will not be on my regular Facebook page on Friday. I will only be on my music ministry page, my YouTube, and HOD Radio Word Network. So she'll be on 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Jamaica time as well. That's 10 o'clock UK and Nigeria, 11 South Africa, midnight Kenya and Uganda. So if you're not busy, just come on in the room, slide on in, and get ready for a word, a prayer, and a blessing. Amen. And then I'll be on Monday as well. I didn't put up, I'll be on Monday, but I didn't put the flyer up yet. But I will have my other guest that I was supposed to have, that we had issues yesterday with the network, Godwin Dash. Godwin Dash will be joining me tomorrow on Monday on the African portal, Lord's willing. So we'll continue where we left off with that. I'll have a little refresher, and then we'll just go right in. That's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jamaica time, 7 o'clock UK, Nigeria, 8 o'clock South Africa, 9 o'clock Kenya and Uganda. So kindly join me on the African portal as well as my YouTube and Facebook as well. So it's going to be phenomenal. So I'm just sitting here waiting for the next update on the weather. And once the update comes in, then we'll just get right into it. Amen. So again, I hope everybody is feeling well. And in the meantime, I'm going to just wait for them, just chit-chatting a bit, guys, until they go back live again. Because they're on a little commercial break. So I believe they're back now. So let me go on over back to them now. Here we go.
Ago, and across the way, this is South Lake Drive. You can see the road leading into the Old Town, or Old Village, Point. That neighborhood, that is flooded. People we spoke with earlier who live in this area are really concerned. And Mike Trim mentioned this earlier. They're concerned about Ocean Avenue flooding because obviously that's a main road here. You know, people who live in the area are trying to get out. It's a very busy road, a lot of shops and restaurants off of Ocean Avenue. So a lot of people are going to be keeping a close eye on that. I will say, I don't think that the restaurant has closed. We've seen a few cars coming in, could be employees, but I've seen quite a few people going in there. So it seems like while they still have a little bit of a parking lot, they're staying open. But yeah, again, a lot of people concerned about Ocean Avenue. So we'll be out here following it. Back to you guys.
All right, yeah, Jessica, you are in a low-lying area, an area that is prone to flooding. So it'll be interesting to see exactly, look at that. Wow, the next couple of minutes. Wow, what happens there? All right, let's talk about zones A and B in Martin County. They are still under a voluntary evacuation, but for parts of the area, if you have not gotten out yet, you might have missed your chance.
You see these images showing you exactly why. Martin County Sheriff's Office is blocking all traffic to MacArthur Boulevard. One of the real big problem areas, expected to only get worse. It is now residents only. past Northeast Plantation Road. WPTV News Channel 5's Danielle Seat joins us now from the island where homes are already getting hit by the storm. Danielle.
Martin County Sheriff's Office is now blocked off this southern section of MacArthur Boulevard because you can see there's flooding, sand even in parts of it coming up over, and parts of it as well on the southernmost point. You can't even drive over it.
It's time to get out of here.
With waves just pushing that water and sand onto the roadways, the clock is ticking for residents to get off that small strip of land on the south end of Hutchinson Island.
The problem would be if the concrete itself, the asphalt, the road bed breaks apart like it's done in the past, this vehicle would not get us over there.
A house that was under construction now sits full of sand. Crews in the area were bulldozing the roads as the debris washed in, but other parts, they say, were already a total loss.
The waves are definitely coming up over the dune. There's one spot where there's a house under construction, so there's no dune, and his foundation is almost gone now.
Further south, the floor of a home has washed out, as you can see it there. All of this taking place still several hours before the storm makes landfall. Martin County Sheriff's Office is moving in with their heavy equipment, but they're urging people to get out while they can.
You're there now and you stay, you risk being cut off from the mainland, and it could be quite a while before there's any way to get off of there except by boat or helicopter.
Now, since this is a voluntary evacuation, MCSO says they don't have a number for how many people are still on the island. Reporting from Hutchinson Island, I'm Danielle Seat, WPTV News Channel 5.
All right, we are tracking Nicole, and it is getting closer. As it gets closer, the weather will continue to deteriorate. So here's the storm right now, really pounding Marsh Harbor and the Abacos. Of course, they are no strangers to hurricanes there. Then it will be moving across Grand Bahama Island through Freeport, and next stop will be the coastline of our viewing area, and that is pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. So that's why we're going to see some pretty big impacts. And that's why we want to walk you through this step by step, hour by hour. And I can tell you this is a quick moving storm. So as bad as it gets, it's going to get out of here fast. And that's good news. Moving to the west at 12, maximum winds 70 miles per hour right now. Now, the official forecast calls for slight strengthening, but not much, and that's good. So right now it's at 70 miles per hour. By tonight at 7 p.m., expected to have winds of 75 miles per hour, and that's the wind speed it should be making landfall at. So that would be a low-end Category 1. But anytime we're dealing with a hurricane, it's a big deal, no matter if it's a 1, 2, 3, or worse than that. Okay, so here's the cone stretching from basically Boynton Beach at the furthest southern end to Vero Beach to the north portions of Indian River County. And likely right now, the spaghetti model's clustered over Martin County. Then it pushes on shore, races across the state, weakens to a tropical storm, moves through the Bay Area, across the Big Bend region, and then through the southeast United States, where it eventually dissipates by Friday as a remnant low in the Carolinas. And this is what I was talking about with the spaghetti models. Look how closely they are clustered. You don't always see that. I mean, there's still some variation, right, where they could go. But most of our trusted go-to models do have it clustered over Martin County. So tropical storm wind probability is 100% Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie, 95% Okeechobee, Stewart, 74% West Palm, and Boca Raton. Now, we have seen some pretty impressive wind gusts already. Juno Beach Pier reported a wind gust of 62 miles per hour. Here's the actual wind field. So this gives you an idea of how far those hurricane winds expand. This red area right there, those are the hurricane force winds. So it's not a huge area, probably about 20 to 25 miles or so. And then we have the tropical storm force winds, and then we have below tropical storm force winds. So it's going to move quick. That's the good news. But yes, storm preparations, you know, they haven't been completed now. It's now or never, and we want everyone to be safe. We are under a severe weather outlook, and this is for today and tonight too. Marginal risks for northern Palm Beach County, Martin County of isolated tornadoes would be our most likely chance of seeing severe weather. And then we have a slight risk, which is elevated for Indian River County and northern St. Lucie County. So we're going to be watching the radar very closely through the evening, because as these rain bands come on shore, if there's some circulation there and some wind shear, we can get those quick spin-up tornadoes like we did with Ian, Kings Point down in Delray Beach. They actually had an EF2. So right now we're tracking mainly light rain, but with the wind, it kind of comes at a different direction. It's not coming straight down. So we'll have lulls in the action, but rain band after rain band. And as you can see, it's going to get worse as we head into tonight. This is 10 o'clock, and this is the center of circulation right here, just offshore. And then we start to see that center of circulation coming on shore midnight, slightly after. We're going to continue to see heavy rain overnight all the way through tomorrow morning. Now, Thursday, improving conditions, less wind, but we're not done with it. This is 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we're still looking at strong rain bands from the system until it continues to pull northward. Friday, much better, lighter winds, less rain, and the weekend right now is looking pretty good. Here's a look at some rainfall totals for you between now and, say, Friday. Highest spot right now, Sebastian at 4.5 inches of rain. You can see South County, mainly 2 to 3 inches of rain, and West Palm Beach right now, a little over 3 inches of rain. Of course, these could change. So as we head into Thursday, we are just looking at general thunderstorms. We're not under a risk of severe weather. The wave heights, this is a big story with this system. 20 to 25 feet waves, especially off the Treasure Coast, a little less for the Palm Beaches, and things will be improving Friday into Saturday. But in the meantime, we're talking about very, very dangerous marine conditions. Storm surge warning 3 to 6 feet for portions of the Treasure Coast, 2 to 4 feet for, say, West Palm Beach and southward. And the storm surge already causing problems, as we've shown you that video, especially from, say, Sewell's Point, Sailfish Point. All those areas are starting to see some problems with that coastal flooding. Current wind gusts 38 miles per hour West Palm Beach. But as we mentioned, we've already seen wind gusts upwards of 62 miles per hour from the Juneau Pier. And this report right here talking about the storm surge that has breached the seawall along Indian River Drive right there near Jensen Beach, Sailfish Point. So if you drive that road, you know it does flood very, very easily. Hurricane warning for all of the Treasure Coast, coastal Palm Beach County. Tropical storm warning for everybody else. And I want to leave you now with a timeline for this weather. So noon to 6, that's where we are right now. We're seeing intermittent heavy rain squalls. Now, as we get into the dinner hour through midnight tonight, that's when we could see tropical storm conditions, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Again, those tropical storm conditions. So basically dinner time through tomorrow sunrise. That's going to be the meat of the storm. And then 6 a.m. to noon, slow improvement, but it's still going to be a rough morning tomorrow. And I want to show you the precipitable water. Again, once we get past the storm, we have all of this nice dry air, less humid air that's going to be working into our area. So we do have something to look forward to. I'll be back in a few minutes with another update.
We have some more video of flooding coming into the newsroom as storm surges from Nicole kick up along the coast. This is Riverland Mobile Park in Stewart. You can see there that seawater from the St. Lucie River rushing across a road. Also, many in that area, they have already shuttered up. Nicole is expected to bring even more rain, threatening flooding that's actually worse than this from Palm Beach to Sebastian.
At Sewell's Point, the tide already high, you see there, and residents telling WPTV reporter Danielle Seat that normally high tide hits 3 feet below the seawall. You see on your screen, and as you can see so far, it's way above that and beginning to flood the surrounding area.
So this right here is Volusia County, where a beach safety building already damaged by Hurricane Ian. It collapsed today. Look at it. It is just as crooked as can be. This caused by the strong winds and the waves, all generated by Nicole. So you talk about, for an area, Volusia County there, a double whammy. We will be right back. Keep it here. We'll have more coverage of Tropical Storm Nicole after the break.
All right, guys. So there you have it there. The latest update on this storm, Nicole, Hurricane Nicole. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be coming on time to time just to give a brief update. You know, we're good here. We have just wind and rain here for now, but it's expected to pick up a little later on. So, I mean, we are prepared as best as we can. So, welcome. My sister Six Bows is back. Greetings to you, Doc L. Cormier. Bless up yourself. Still praying for you, praying for a speedy recovery. And I pray that you feel better soon. Greetings. Who is this? Brenda E. Yep. Get on art. Welcome everyone again. So God bless you all. Again, just a general reminder, I'll be back later on with 2 back-to-back. And well, it's not the first one is more of a video premiere, I should say, not an interview. It's more of a video premiere. So this is the video premiere for my brother Theodore Chestnut. He'll be premiering his music video, Feel So Good, at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock a.m. UK and Nigeria, 1 a.m. South Africa, 2 a.m. Kenya and Uganda for those that stay up late. And then I'll be back the next hour at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jamaica time, with the Ziegler family. And that's 1 a.m. UK, Nigeria, 2 a.m. South Africa, 3 a.m. Kenya and Uganda. So again, you guys don't want to miss this. So kindly come on in for this Power Pack family right here. They are phenomenal, instrumental, and vocally. So come on in the room and get to know more about them and their ministry and what's next for them. All right, so that concludes today. Again, thank you guys for coming in for this brief hurricane update. So again, I'll be back around 4 p.m. with the next update, because that's the next update, official update that will be coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, God bless you all. And again, like I said, I'll just be on for about 30 minutes just to give an update, because I have 2 back-to-back live streams today. So have a blessed, safe, wonderful evening. Much love and blessings every time. It's your girl, Sister Izzy on the beat, man. God bless you all. Have a blessing.
You're locked in listening to Sister Izzy on the beat, man. Join me each and every Tuesday, 1 o'clock p.m. Caribbean time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock UK and Nigeria, via YouTube and Facebook at Sis Izzy Thomas. See you there.